So hello everyone, back again with me, Sir Julius. So for today, we will continue our lesson about quadratic equation. So we'll learn the second method, completing the square. So without further ado, let us start our lesson today. Okay, so now if I have quadratic equation, 2x squared plus 8x plus 1 equals to 0, or 3x squared minus 5x minus 6 equals to 0, we can find the solution of it if we use factoring method. So for this equation, we must use completing the square, the second method, or quadratic formula in the third method. Okay, so now for today we will learn about completing the square. So we will learn the step to find the solution of the quadratic equation. Okay, so now we'll see the example. So if we have x squared minus 6x minus 3 equals to 0. So this is step by step to solve this quadratic equation. So the first one is move the constant to the right side. So we must move negative 3 to the right side. So we have x squared minus 6x equals to 3. And then for the second step, we must add both sides with b over 2 squared. So b is negative 6. So we have negative 6 over 2 equals to negative 3. Negative 3 squared equals to 9. So add both sides with plus 9. So we have x squared minus 6x plus 9 equals to 3 plus 9. And then after it, 3 plus 9 equals to 12. We must factoring the left side. So the left side will become a perfect square number. So we have x negative 3 squared equals to 12. After it, we must find the square roots of both sides. We must find the roots. So when we square roots both sides, we have x negative 3 equals to negative positive square roots of 12, or plus minus square roots of 12. After it, we can find the first roots and the second root. So for the first root, we have x minus 3 equals to positive square roots of 12. And for the second root, we have x minus 3 equals to negative square roots of 12. So we have the roots of it. We have the solution x equals to 3 plus 2 square roots of 3. And for the second root, we have x equals to 3 minus 2 square roots of 3. Okay, so for our next example, we must find the solution of x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals to 0. Okay, so now we'll see the example. X squared minus 3x minus 4 equals to 0. So the first thing we must do, we must write the constant in the right side. So x squared minus 3x equals to 4. And then after it, we must add both sides with b over 2 squared. So we have x squared minus 3x and then plus 3 over 2 squared. And then the right side 4 plus 3 over 2 squared. So we have x squared minus 3x plus 3 over 2 squared equals to 4 plus 9 over 4. Or we can write it, this one, in a perfect square. X minus 3 over 2 squared equals to 4 plus 9 over 4. Or we can write it for this one 16 plus 9. So we have x minus 3 over 2 squared equals to 25 over 4. So we can find the square roots of both sides. So square roots of x minus 3 over 2 square, and then square roots of 25 over 4. So we have x minus 3 over 2 equals to negative positive 25. We must find the square roots of 25 equals to 5. And then square roots of 4 equals to 2. Okay, so after it, we must find the first root. The first root, x negative 3 over 2 equals to 5 over 2. So 5 over 2 is positive in the first root. So we have x equals to 5 over 2 plus 3 over 2. So we have x equals to 8 over 2 equals to 4. So this is the first root. And then the second root, we write x minus 3 over 2 equals to minus 5 over 2. So we have x equals to minus 5 over 2 plus 3 over 2. So we have x equals to minus 5 plus 3 minus 2 divided by 2. We have x equals to negative 1. So this is the second root. Or we can write it, the solution set of it is 4 and negative 1. So this is the answer. So now for our next example, you must find the solution of 2x squared plus 2x minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, so for the example, we have 2x squared plus 2x minus 1 equals to 0. So the first thing we must do, we must write the constant in the right side. So we can write it 2x squared plus 2x equals to 1. And then the variable of x squared, the coefficient of variable of x squared must be 1. So we can divide it, all of it, by 2. So we have x squared plus x equals to 1 over 2. And then we can add b over 2 squared to both of it. So we have x squared plus x plus half squared equals to half plus half squared. So we have this one, x squared plus x plus half squares is equal to x plus half squared equals to half plus half squared equals to 1/4. So we have x plus half squared equals to, this one is 2 plus 1. So this is equals to 3 over 4. So we can write it in here. So we have x plus half squared equals to 3 over 4. So now we will take the square root of both of sides. So we have x plus half equals to negative positive 3 over 4. Because 4 is a perfect square number, we can write it as x plus half equals negative positive half square root of 3. Okay, so now we will find the roots of it. So the first one is x plus half equals to plus half square root of 3. So we have x equals to half square root of 3 negative half. So we have x half square root of 3 minus 1. So this is for the first root. Now for the second root, we have x plus half equals to negative half square root of 3. So x equals to negative half square root of 3 negative half. So we have x equals to negative half square root of 3 plus 1. So we have, this is the first root and this one is second root. Okay, so that's it for today. I'll see you again next time. Bye.